Live free and be happy, baby.
This podcast right here is necessary because there's people out here, there's brothers and there's sisters out here that go through trauma every day. They got bad history. They dealing with trauma. You know how they say like how they you know when a person go off to war and they come back and it's not the same person that left here. They label that as PTSD. But what about in the black community? Look at how we grew up. We grew up fatherless. Some of us grew up motherless. Some of us only know our mother, and she only know what the fuck she know. So even though your mother is your first teacher, you learn everything from the streets. You learn what the people you interact with. And if you got 4 or 5 homies that's going through that same trauma and that same drama that you going to, you gonna cling to them. You become Siamese with them. You feel what I'm saying? So you can relate more to them than being educated by the adult that's actually in your life. Why? Because they ain't going through what you're going through at that particular time in that immediate moment. So it'd be stressful, man. You got homies losing homies. Imagine being 14, 15, and you've been growing up with this guy, man. He come to the crib, y'all on the PS5, PS4, whatever y'all date back to. And then look up one day and he say, man, I'm finna run to the store real quick. You want something? You cooking them, y'all roasting each other, and he never make it back to the block. Imagine being at the gas station and some people run down on you that you just on at the wrong place at the wrong time, or they trying to take over some turf, and boom, they pop one of your homies that you've been knowing all your life, or your brother, or your sister. You get what I'm saying, or your mother, your aunt, whatever it is. That's trauma, man. That's you in a war zone. You grow up living in a war zone. In the black community, we grow up living in a war zone. You get what I'm saying? Because we're not being educated properly. We're only being taught to worship. People are personality worshipers, character worshipers. We love a good underdog story, but that underdog that we be rooting for don't have our best interests. And that's where we go wrong at. Remember with the what's his name? Jussie Smollett, right?
Mhm.
Everybody looked around, they said, man, there's a murder in Chicago. Every 8 hours, somebody is murdered. Not shot, murdered, died, right? They solved that case in how many days? 3. Didn't have nothing to do with skin. Then it wasn't nothing personal. It was for economical and political gain. Empire was shot in Chicago. This man walked out on the coldest day or the coldest week that we had in Chicago, talking about he was walking the subway in a liberal city saying white folks ran down him, when have you ever seen somebody walking around in Chicago with Trump hats on?
Never.
Never. Man,
You
that
got
man
to look
was
at that.
down. That man was downtown in a prominent neighborhood in an area where big money run. You got to have money to live down there. You have to have money to dine down there and to be entertained down there. Man, you done came out there and said some racists and came and jumped you and robbed you. Man, they got right on that shit. Why? Because it was for economical gain. You living in an expensive hotel. Those people down there, they don't know trouble. They don't know the problems that we have. You talking about you been robbed, your life been threatened. Man, motherfuckers like, I don't want to go to that hotel. Let me move around. No, cancel that. I ain't going down there. You know what? I'm checking out early. Man, Chicago got right on that, man. It's Crook County. They like, no, hell no. Once he said that, they start losing money. They start losing money. You get what I'm saying? So they had to jump on that. It took them 72 hours to figure that out. You get what I'm saying? You taking money away from businesses, visitors, guests. You taking money away from the hotels. Man, that was all political. That was all political. He had to pay for that. Overtime for police officers working. That man ain't finna do no real time. That man gonna do a couple of months and get up out of there. He had already gave them over $100,000. He'd already paid them fines, plus he got embarrassed. That's it. Chicago don't give a fuck about that, man. All them people that's talking shit that don't know what they talking about, that shit ain't got nothing to do with race here in Chicago. That was about political power. Plus, you make Kim Fox look stupid. That's the only that's the sister she be being lenient to our people. So she helped them get here. She brought that business here. So of course she got to stand back and let that operate now. Because the money didn't play with. Chicago is about money. It's about political and economical power here. All that other shit, that's little shit. That's crumbs off the table. That's what that was about. That's why they saw that.
Live free and be happy, baby.
LFBH, live free, be happy. LFBH, LFBH, live free, be happy. LFBH, LFBH, live free, be happy. LFBH, LFBH, live free, be happy. LFBH,